Hello everyone, this is Dragon Kid 21 here, and today I thought I'd do a Dragon Ball Super video. I've been watching Dragon Ball Super since the beginning, and with the Tournament of Power coming to an end soon, I thought it would be cool to go back and look on some cool fights that I have personally enjoyed watching throughout this series. And in this video, I want to go through my top 10 favorite pre-Tournament of Power fights. You know, the fights before the Tournament of Power started, since the beginning of this arc. So fights that contain throughout the exhibition matches and the recruitment arc. This is going to be a list of my top 10 favorite fights from that arc, or those episodes before the Tournament of Power starts. This is my own personal list. I'm going to be ranking them from my least favorite to my most favorite. Yep, and if you guys have any opinions about what are your favorite fights during this arc, or at least the pre-tournament arc, let me know in the comments. And without further ado, let's get down to number 10. At number 10, we have Goku versus Fit Buu. And I have this one at number 10, mainly because we didn't really get to see Majin Buu fight in the tournament. Mainly because he fell asleep again. And it kind of seems like a big tease that they would give Buu a new fit form, you know, for fighting, like he was training and everything, and then just have him fall asleep again. Really bummed me out. It was still cool to see this fight, but overall, still kind of upset that he didn't actually make it into the tournament. But yeah, that's why I have him at number 10. Alright, let's move on to Let's move on to number 9. At number 9, we have Goku versus Possessed Master Roshi. Now, just like with the last fight on this list, this was still cool to see, but a little weird also at the same time. This whole little arc with recruiting Master Roshi and Tien was a little weird. Actually, I don't even remember the girl's name that was in this episode that possessed Tien's students and Master Roshi. I think it was Yuri or something like that. But yeah, aside the point, this was still kind of cool to see. It kind of showed off how strong Master Roshi has become, you know, over the years, even though it didn't really explain that much about how he got that strong. But yeah, I still enjoyed this fight, but as you can see, it's not one of my most favorite fights. And yeah, let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have Goku versus Krillin at number 8. Now, I really enjoyed this fight because it was really cool to see these two spar again in a more, I guess, serious manner. And sorry about that. Sorry if the camera is kind of moving because I'm kind of using my phone to steady this as quickly as I can, or as easily as I can. But yeah, I really enjoyed this fight. It really showed how much Krillin has progressed over the years. And a couple of things that were happening in this fight actually come back in the Tournament of Power. I won't spoil what happens, but you know, you probably know what I'm talking about if you've caught up with Super. Like this fight kind of comes back in a way with Goku getting help from remembering how to do this. But yeah, I really enjoyed this fight. It's at number 8 on this list. Not that I don't like it. You know, this is just how my own personal opinion about which fights really were awesome for me to see while watching the show. Alright, I think that's going to do it for right here. And we'll move on from number 8 to number 7. At number 7, we have Goku versus Borgamo. Yeah, out of the 3 exhibition fights, I did enjoy this fight. Not as much as the other 2 fights, but still made it at number 7 on my list. This was still a pretty cool fight to see. I really enjoyed these Universe 9 characters, even though they didn't get a whole lot of time to shine. I won't spoil too much about what happens in the tournament, just in case if you haven't caught up or waiting for the English version. But yeah, I really enjoyed this fight. It was cool to see Goku fight an animal wolf kind of character, and Bogamo's abilities to basically absorb pain and get stronger from it was pretty cool to see, even though more than likely Goku could have easily just taken out Bogamo without, if he took it really seriously. But yeah, I, I think I don't have much to say about a lot of these fights, except for I really enjoyed them. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Let me know what you guys think about this fight, and we'll move on to number 6. At number 6, we have Majin Buu versus Basil the Kicker. And yeah, I really enjoyed this fight, and it was really cool to see Buu back in action. Even though it was like short-lived, it was still awesome to see. We got a good fight with Buu, even though he wasn't part of the tournament. He didn't end up being in the tournament. It was still really cool to see him back in action, and against a pretty cool character, I think, Basil. One of the Trio de Dangers. Yeah, it was really cool to see this fight. I liked Basil's moves. The fact that he only kicks with his feet reminds me of Sanji from One Piece. And to see Buu fight him against this, like, roided up version of himself was pretty cool. And how Buu finished him off with that epic Kamehameha. Yeah. I really enjoyed this fight. That's why I put it at number 6. Yeah, I really enjoyed this fight, but there were a couple of fights that were better, I think, in my own personal opinion. Alright. At number 5, we have Goku versus Android 17 at number 5. Now, this fight was really hard for me to place on this list, considering that I had another fight that was really close to it to make the number 5 spot. Yeah. Well, at this fight and the fight and at number 4, I had a hard time choosing which one was actually better in my personal opinion. But I felt like this is a good spot for this fight. Seeing Android 17 again after so many years, seeing that he's gotten stronger and is able to somehow compete with Goku at this point, even though a little weird, but I guess it's alright. Yeah. Really cool to see Android 17 again. He really did make a big comeback in this episode. And it was really cool to see him finally meet Goku and actually fight Goku, since that had never actually happened in Z. But yeah, this is going to be at the number 5 spot, Goku versus Android 17. And coming up at number 4, we have Gohan versus Lavender, whatever you want to call him. This fight, like with the previous fight with Goku versus 17, I had a hard time placing on this list. But I really loved this fight. I kind of loved this fight more because this was Gohan's comeback. After the disappointment that we had with him in the Resurrection F arc, and he sat out in the Universe 6 tournament, to see him finally come back and to be serious, was really good to see. Even though he hadn't been training too much, he hadn't gotten his mystic form and everything back yet. This was still really cool to see him come back, and this was a really good fight. I'm pretty sure most people agree that this was a pretty good fight for Gohan to make a comeback. Even though he got blinded in it, he, used his smarts and senses to win the battle. Even though, yes, it was a tie, he won that fight. And yeah, I really enjoyed Lavender's poison abilities and stuff too. But overall, yeah, I feel like I made the right choice placing this at number 4 on my list. Really good fight, and I love Gohan. I can't help it. I love Gohan. And Lavender was a pretty cool character for him to fight. He really had to think about how to beat him, even though he got blinded. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say about this fight. And coming up at number 3, we have Goku versus Toppo. And yeah, I feel like this is probably a pretty good spot for this fight. We got to see how powerful the Pride Troopers could be, especially Toppo taking on Goku head on. And yeah, it really foreshadowed a pretty big fight that was going to happen later in the tournament. Not necessarily against Goku, but with Toppo in the tournament. And yeah, it was cool to see Toppo in this, or get to see who this guy was, what he was about, how strong he was compared to Goku. His whole justice thing. Well, we learned a little bit about the Pride Troopers. We learned that there was a guy called Jiren, stronger than even Toppo. But yeah, this was a pretty cool fight. I think everyone really enjoys this fight. Some people might disagree with me placing this above Gohan versus Lavender, but to me personally, I really enjoyed this fight. It really pushed Goku to actually fight against someone as strong or stronger than him potentially. Even though I feel like Goku could have beaten him, possibly with the Kaioken and stuff. But yeah, that does it for number 3. And coming in at number 2, we have Frieza versus the Universe 9 Assassins. Now, technically, you could say Frieza and Goku versus the Universe 9 Assassins, but no, this was Frieza versus the Universe 9 Assassins. Goku did take out some of them, but Frieza did the majority of it. And this was an awesome comeback for Frieza after the lackluster Resurrection F arc that we got in Super. This was an awesome comeback for Frieza. Him just to go basically massacre all these people. And yeah. And we also got like one of the probably the best transformation sequence for Frieza ever. Probably even better than the one they had in the movie. But yeah, this was just awesome to see. He totally massacred all these people. And it was awesome to see Frieza being just so ballistic and sadistic. Yeah. Yeah, Goku didn't do too much in this fight, but I really loved it. Seeing Frieza be all evil and everything, it was good to see. Alright, and at number 1, we have Gohan versus Goku. Now, I think we can all agree, or at least I can agree with myself, that this is probably the best pre-tournament fight that we had before the tournament, in my personal opinion. This was Gohan's big comeback to really prove and test himself against Goku. After his training, after retaining his mystic form, this was just really awesome to see. And yeah, this was like the manliest Dragon Ball Z kind of styled fight, I think, in my own personal opinion. But yeah, this was really cool to see to see Gohan finally like step up and challenge his father, especially how strong he's become now, was really cool to see. And if you've seen this fight, you know what I'm talking about. Overall, really good fight and my number 1 pick for this list. Well, that's my list. My top 10 pre-tournament fights in Dragon Ball Super. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are your favorite fights from before the Tournament of Power? Just for this arc, not counting the Goku Black stuff or anything before the Tournament of Power doesn't count. It's the fights containing from the exhibition fights before the Tournament of Power starts. Those are the fights I'm talking about. And yeah, that's my list. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys later. Like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.